What's up? Welcome back. Welcome back. Blessings, first of all. I hope everyone is having a great June 10th, Wednesday afternoon. It's about 3 p.m. Eastern Time. I hope you guys are all blessed. If if anything, I'm sending mad love and blessings your way. If you guys clicked on my video, I'm Jeremy Waller. I talk about stocks when I go live. Some crypto, not too much because I've been in the stock market since 2015. So obviously it's going to be more about stocks, right? I'm just checking if anyone's on the live yet. All right, bro, let's get into it. If the public portfolio is open, we hit 10631. We're down today 119, and exactly like my video says, broskies, I entered for well, it's like I entered because I'm still waiting for this SpaceX stock. I just bought one in the public portfolio. I'm not buying anything in the private portfolio, just so you guys know. But we've received your initial public offering. So the public offering, so you guys know that it's coming out at $135, right? But what happens on Robinhood? So I'm not guaranteed a share or anything, just so you guys know. So if the price per share stays within the 20% buffer and is below your max share price, your request will remain valid and may be filled. So it's obviously may be filled without additional action. If the price moves outside the 20% buffer, so basically if it goes, from my understanding, above 65, so if the price moves outside the 20% buffer, which is currently what I paid for, 165, or is you'll need to reconfirm your request at the new price. So now, first of all, disclaimer, I'm not a financial certified advisor of any sort. I've been in the market since 2015 and I'm originally from Dubai, moved to the US in 2019, lived in New York for about 7 years, and now I'm in South Florida. Bang! That's me, Jeremy Wall in a nutshell. I mean, obviously, there's more about me, but we're just talking about stocks right now, and we're doing the public portfolio in terms of a beginner's portfolio. So, if I had to start my journey all over again in today's world, in today's ecosystem, these are the companies that I would be investing in. These are the ETFs I'm investing in, and sectors, and etc. etc. You guys get the gist of things, right? So yes, I did say I'm not buying. When I say I'm not buying SpaceX stocks, which like my past streams, I'm not buying it and adding it to the private uh, portfolio. I cannot advise you what to buy, hold, or sell. Like I said, I'm not a financial certified advisor. This is just what I'm doing, and I'm just sharing it on my channel for you guys, for my community. If you guys want to learn from my kind of things, go ahead. If you want to see the mistakes, go ahead. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, so that's the disclaimer out of the way. Like my hat says, I'm just another guy with a hat talking about stocks on YouTube. Make money, not friends. This is a Monopoly hat from the brand Monopoly. Damn, bro, right there. But yeah, and let's get into it. So, like I said, I showed you guys about the SpaceX. If you guys just clicked on the channel, let me show it to you again. So blah blah blah. So yeah, so I've it's I had to put a request in at $165, not 35, right? But what we've been doing, there's no buying power anymore because I used it for today. But what I've been adding today is that I added some Salesforce, right? So let's look at it together. So these are the companies that I'm looking at now. Full transparency is that these are the sectors. If I started today, I would get into, right? Like it's a beginner's portfolio. So nothing to overwhelm people. In this portfolio, we only have 10,000 and some change. Bitcoin's at 61,000. We're up 1%. We only put in $25. So we're up 27 cents, right? Or 26 cents. It's a beginner's portfolio, right? So I don't want anyone to get overwhelmed with numbers. It's here to basically motivate you to look at these things, make money on your money, not just your money sat in your bank doing jack. Put some money in ETFs and good companies, evergreen companies, where no matter what recession or whatever happens in the market, war or whatever, right? God forbid all these things happen, but your money's still making money. So ETFs like VOO, this is this is my biggest position in my private portfolio. From everything, my portfolio is VOO is the biggest. SPMO second, QQQ third, right, in the private portfolio. Now these are my fundamentals, my base, my foundation of my portfolio. The rest are after that, after VOO, SPMO, triple U, and I think then there's a semiconductor, which is SM. It's an ETF anyway. But then AMD comes in. So then all the private companies are AMD, your Nvidias, your Apple, your uh, whatever else, right? But the point I'm trying to say is, so when you start a beginner's portfolio, make sure that VO is one of the main ETFs to be in. Like I said, this is my opinion. I can't advise you what to buy, hold, or sell. Do your DD. DD stands for due diligence. And then start DCAing, dollar cost average, into companies that you want to be in. Now, these two companies are in the finance, right? This is your traditional finance company, American Express. We don't even have a one share yet of this in the public portfolio. And the race is long term. There's no speed, there's no, when the market dips, I buy some, right? The last time we put money in American Express was June 5th, today is the 10th, so 5 days earlier. And like you can see from here, it's just about dollar costing average, DCA, right? And the good thing, I'm not affiliated with Robinhood, but if you want to use I use all apps, right? It's good to have different apps. I like to teach people on or show people how to invest on Robinhood because it's just an easier sort of method. Let me just bring this down a little so you can see. So the stock price is 314. Morningstar is analyst report researcher on Robinhood. So 319 they're saying. So we're almost there. I think they're gonna update the price of American Express. And you get all these stats: 45% buy, 52% hold, only 3% are selling. So far, if you don't know, if you wherever you are, and if you this is one of the best banks in US according to Forbes, you can open their website and see. Um, Let me try opening SoFi web. Give me a second. So SoFi has about 14.7 million. Um, what's happening here? Give me a sec. Yeah. So that's what SoFi has. Just give me a second. Trying to put me back on the screen. Okay, I'm back on the screen, but I'm not in the center. Which is, okay, I know why. There you go. Right. So this is SoFi. SoFi is a bank. It's a completely online bank in the US. 14.7 million members so far. Now I use SoFi. I have a saving account with them. If you don't have a saving account with a bank, I would strongly recommend them. I'm not affiliated with them. I don't have a link or anything of such. You can just go. You can buy Bitcoin. These are all their products. Like I said, I'm not here to sell SoFi's things, but they're great. Like you can invest on the app. Okay, I'm not getting into all this, but yeah, this is SoFi, bro. Right? So you have personal loans, banking, credit score and size, mortgage loans, student loan refinancing, SoFi Plus, which is a 1K annual value, blah, blah, blah. New crypto, credit card, private student loans, invest, so you can invest on it. So if you don't have an app, you also have these guys, right? So let me just get out of the screen so you know what I'm talking about right now. So let's go back to the main screen. Give me a second. All right. So that's what SoFi is. Now, SoFi currently is $15.97. So we're down about almost 6%, and that's fine. I have SoFi in the private portfolio and we're up. So I bought SoFi when SoFi was $7 a share. It's currently almost double, right? And this is what I mean, guys. Like, if you do your own DD, you'll know that what companies are best for you to invest in, what you should look at, what you shouldn't look at, where the market's going. Because the future is basically, if you're 20s and you're watching this, very soon that all banks will just be online. We won't even have a physical branch anymore. And SoFi is positioning itself in that future kind of growth. These are all my opinions, right? So I'm buying this every time it dips. I'm buying more and more. I'm accumulating. These guys say it's 19. It's not 19 yet, but I feel that very soon, once it crosses 19, maybe before the end of the year, it might also hit like 20 or 25, right? So I'm accumulating every now and then. If you guys follow me on IG, on Instagram, you will see my buy pricing at these companies on my private portfolio, just to give you some insights. And if you want to follow, all my links are below. So that's from the banking app sector in the public portfolio. SoFi and American Express, Coinbase. This is where all my crypto is sat in Coinbase. Over here we have the coin company in Robinhood app. We just have about $190. We're down about less than 6%, and it's all about accumulating. When do I like to accumulate it? I like to accumulate. So I'll do some DC in when probably this is like 20, 30, 40 down, right? And small amounts of money just because I don't want to catch a falling knife. It's what I'm doing. Obviously, we're in Robinhood as well. We've made about $36, about 8%. And these are all for long term, right? So if you're trying to get into the market as a beginner right now, you're in a great time because a lot of companies, like these great companies, in my opinions, are on sale or are dipping. And you would want to position yourself in, if you're getting into individual stock companies, buy it when they're red. ETFs, obviously you can buy it when red, but it's also nice to set recurring amounts, daily, monthly, weekly, whatever you want to do in ETFs, VO, SEHD, right? And all these ETFs do different things. So if you open up a Robinhood app, you can see what they do, and it tells you that. So SEHD tracks a market cap weighted index of 100 defendant paying US equities. I think I need to drink some water, bro. My pronunciation, I'm butchering it. That's better. SCHD tracks a market cap weighted index of 100 dividend paying US equities. The listed name for SCHD is SWAB US Dividend Equity ETF. Now, that's all some words, but what it does, the fund, so what is an ETF? Is basically a basket of stocks in one stock, if you want to, you know, term it that way. An ETF is an exchange traded fund. So in this SCHD, the sectors are healthcare, consumer defensive, energy, technology, financial services, industrials, communication services, consumer silicon, and utilities. And then it shows you, obviously, there's more than this. If you can check online or with a chatbot or AI, whatever, top or Google, the old school top 10 holdings: Qualcomm, Texas Instruments, Coca Cola, United Health, Chevron, Merck, ConocoPhillips, Procter and Gamble, which is P&G, Amgen, and Verizon, and so many more, right? These are the top 10 holdings in this ETF, right? So those are the ETF. Microsoft, a great company, I feel, for the long term. It's down in sale right now. We are $11 down and some change, not a lot. But I have all these companies, not everything. Like I have Microsoft as well in the private portfolio, and it's been a long-term play since 2017. I want to say, yeah. But another one up today, APH. This is all to do with your, on your routers and anything to do with copper and wiring and components. This is what this company does. We're up only $17. But this is how, if I had to start fresh today, this is what my portfolio would look like with these companies, right? Now, I'm not saying go out and copy anything. Like I said, disclaimer, I'm not a financial certified advisor. I'm saying if I started today, when did I start? That's your question. If you're new to this part of the channel, thank you for joining in. Like, subscribe if it gives you some sort of information. You don't have to do any otherwise. But salute if you do. Thanks for joining in or clicking on the video. The Yeah, my portfolio would look like this because it's very different when I started investing in 2015. Like I had my first share I bought was Facebook when it was Facebook, today's Meta platforms, right? But those companies, some of them obviously I'm no longer an investor because they, like imagine some of them just tanked over the years, like companies that I didn't get into, but like if I have to name some companies like Sharp and blah blah blah, right? So this is a very sort of today's portfolio. That's if I have to start fresh today. This is how I look. Google, 100% I'm in Google. Whether it's AI, whether it's autonomous driving, whether whatever they're in, basically everything, right? So in the private portfolio, we have about $742. We're up with all in all $87. So yeah, it's all about average cost is 312. Currently, Google's at 354. What does Morningstar say about this company? Okay, I just passed it. Yeah, they say it's going to get 433. So we still have room to grow, right? And take all these indication as with a pinch of salt. Like do your own DD. Nvidia obviously is going to be there. It's not going. It's currently dipping. So I'm going to see this week. I think I'm going to let things run on the public portfolio in terms of no more buying. Only reason why, unless I see a really great opportunity, a really big, massive difference, something that we're sitting like Nvidia. If Nvidia goes like 150, which I'm not saying it does, but I'm just saying, right? Because that's below our average cost. We'll be adding. We only have $283 in the public portfolio with Nvidia, but like these are the great companies. These are gonna be in the future as well because they're doing something. Again, Meta. I don't trade with my heart. I trade with the charts just because I'm a long-term investor with this company. It has made me a lot of money and obviously continues to do so, right? So we're literally down $64. I think we did buy some yesterday as well. June 9th, there you go. June 8th. So, yeah, if it dips a little more, I'll definitely put some money into it. It's a long term, it's currently 572, and Morningstar is saying 850 is the high, right? So, if you look at it from this point of view, let's look at it 1 year. 1 year ago, August 13, top left, you can see the high was 795. So, I mean, everyone's on Instagram, WhatsApp, people using the Oculus, and there's so much more. They've also just invested or acquired a nuclear energy company because they're running so much of energy using, all their tools. So I feel Meta is going to be there for a long term. In Adobe, Salesforce, I'm definitely going to buy some more. I think we did buy some earlier today in the public portfolio because Morningstar is saying 280. We're currently 171, and yeah, we bought some today earlier, $14 and some change. I think that's all the money. And we bought some. Oh, we bought 20 and 14. So cool. But it's probably at different price points. Like this is a dollar. What is the price point now? 171. So yeah, definitely if it's almost hitting 100 negative. So I'll definitely put some more money in it. SBMO, another great ETF in my opinion. You want to position yourself with ETFs. They are good secret compound building strategy with the right ETFs. Service now, it's a bit down today. Anything below $100 is a buy in my opinion. And these companies are out for the long term. Amazon, great company. It's not going anywhere. It's on sale in my opinion. If you look at the 1 month, it's down. 3 months, it's still up 3 months, right? 3 months ago, this was about 199. So currently it's 238. So yeah, and learn with today's AI tools, whether you're on your phone, laptop, whatever, learn how to use the charts, read the charts with AI. It'll just help you. Nike, Elf, these guys are up today or they were up here. Look at that candle. But yeah, these are my long term plays, bro. Not just in the private, in the public as well. 440 is made us $7. If you have a mom, sister, stepsister, I don't know who all live in your household, but there's got to be some Elf products in your house, bro. DRAM, this is another great ETF in my opinion. This is a brand new ETF. It came out a couple of months. Top 10 holdings. It's all memory. MUs, Micron, Samsung. These other companies that haven't heard of them. But yeah, we are up $108 on DRAM. Cybersecurity, you have to be in cybersecurity because there's so much AI. We need to be safe, right? Another great ETF. And that's another thing. If you follow me on Instagram, I put on screenshots. I also put on YouTube the post every now and then. Like, these are the companies I'm looking at and buying. This is BE. B is on sale right now, in my opinion. It's also below my average cost. And look, guys, this is a public portfolio. It's supposed to be slow and to not. It's not big numbers like some of these YouTubers who start these. I'm not pinpointing, but you need to know who you follow, and like I said, do your own DD, because some of them, like I've seen, like, bro, the beginners portfolio like 200, 300, like, bro, like, hats off to you guys. But if you're starting fresh, you don't want to dump like 50 grand, 100 grand in the market unless you're a baller, bro. Like, hats off to you. If you're a baller, hats off to you, do your thing. But if you're a beginner and you're balling that way, I would say teach yourself the fundamentals of investing. I'm a long-term investor. I don't do trading options, and the reason that I don't do that, because I just don't do it, bro. My ecosystem is currently different. Uh, you know, I might not have the time for it. I might have the time for it. Do I want money? 100%. I'm not saying I disagree with anything, but what works for me is accumulating in great companies for the long term in terms of investing. That's how I like to spread the knowledge. Have I done trading? 100%. Have I calls, options? I've done everything. What works for me is just investing in great companies. And I'm not saying there's no right or wrong way. My way is a long term investor. You do what's best for you. Boo boo. Right? So these companies, BE, that's the energy company, XC, another energy company. When they're in dips, we buy. Like, if you look at XC, what about yesterday or today? And it's all about dollar cost average. DCAC June 9th, yesterday, June 8th. So, and it's 5 like small amounts, and you'll get there. If you want to be in space, Mars, these ETFs, which are in the space sector, you know, Mars seeks capital appreciation, or does, yeah, from an actively managed portfolio of global companies tied to the growing space economy and related technologies. So they're in space, right? Space economy. So these are the things. If you can't get into SpaceX, you don't want to take the risk. There are ETFs. One SpaceX opens on Friday. I feel like all these other ETFs will also, it'll take it. It's like Bitcoin, right? In the crypto world, if Bitcoin's doing great, all Solana, Ethereum, everything goes up. If it's doing bad, those other companies go down. So yeah. So these are two things that you want to get into space as well. If you want to, is out there, Mars and UFO. Pharmaceutical. I'm not going to jump into everything. I've done this. I'm just showing you guys quickly like how the public portfolio is performing today and what are the stocks if one is looking. But yeah, you can pause the video and look at what and ticker symbols and put them in. Ticker symbol is this LLY. That's the companies in pharmaceutical. So right, even today it's down, Lily. So did we buy some? Yeah, June 9th yesterday. So yeah, just slowly accumulating our stocks. Another thing that I want to bring to your attention, since you guys are here, is look at this company and look at what Nvidia has done with this company. So if you're looking at starting a position in Nvidia, look at Irene as well. And I'm going to leave it as there, so you'll actually do some homework. Just because you're beginners, I don't want you to get fed completely. I want you to have the starter, have the dessert. When it comes to the main course, go and do your DD, your due diligence, right? That's how I've learned. I'm teaching you guys the same way. Look up companies like Irene, which other? This is a SpaceX stock, which is not here because we entered for it. Irene, and there was another one I wanted to tell you guys. Of course, there's a lot of hype with Marvel. You might want to look up Marvel as well. Ticker symbol MRVL or Marvel, however you pronounce it. I'm just saying it the way like the Marvel comics. Um, I think that's about it for today, bro. You know, a nice and quick one. You know, Robinhood is cool up. So this, if you go back to a couple of my past streams, we were 11K plus. We are down $891 this week. So we last week we ended by 11K, and that's cool, bro. Like, we were dollar cost averaging into some of these stocks because it's at the great time to get into it. In my opinion, I like buying in dips. That's how I build my private portfolios. and when dips, I put in the money. And great companies, great ETFs. You got to look at stuff like this. Even if you want to, if you're really switched on with agentic, you can literally connect your Robinhood app with Claude. It shows you everything how to go on and you copy paste this into your agent. Obviously, you can't. I don't think you can use the free versions of the AI. You need to have the higher end version. When I say it's not the ultra, I think it's like $20 or $40 per month. But then agentic AI. So this agent and Robinhood work together. It gives you everything, but it doesn't buy it. You give it a sum of money, and then it tracks everything, and then asks you before purchasing, do you want to do this, buy this, buy. So if you're in that space and you want to connect your agent, Robinhood as an app does this. I'm not affiliated with Robinhood. They don't pay me to. I'm just showing you what Robinhood does, right? Today in Robinhood, tomorrow it might be Mumu, whatever. As soon as the account grows up, I definitely have to start speaking to another scope of people, because now we're growing from, we took it from a grand to 5, 5 to 10, 10 to 15, 15 to 20, and so on. So, but I wanted to start this journey from a low ball account for a beginner, right? So if you're in this space, you can connect your agents. It's mad easy. But I would say start learning how to invest as well, using the app before you dive deep in and connect your agent, right? So, guys, on that note, if you want to reach out, let me know what you're buying. If this video has helped you, anything, just comment below. Let me know, guys. Right? But I appreciate you guys tuning in. Much love, blessings. Make it happen. Own it. Peace.